It hit me hard. It's all a matter of a frame of mind, of perception. We know perception creates your reality.
Welcome to Prism of Torah with Rebbe Saf Aaron Prisman, engaging Divrei Torah, packed with stories and practical insights. Find us wherever you get your podcasts or at prismoftorah.org.
Shalom Uvracha. In this week's parsha, Parshas Ki Savo, we know the beginning of the parsha talks about the mitzvah of Bikurim. Every year, a person takes his first fruits and brings them up to the Kohen, to Yerushalayim. What's interesting that at the end of the parsha, on this topic, it says, "V'samachta b'chol hatoiv asher natan lecha Hashem Elokecha," which means you shall rejoice with all the good that Hashem, your God, gave you. And there are two questions over here. Naturally, this person is feeling on a high. He's happy. His fruits came out. He's taking his first fruits. Why does the Torah have to command him to tell him to be happy? Naturally, he should be happy. His first fruits came out. He's now taking them up to Yerushalayim. Question number two, why does it say v'samachta bechol hatov? With all the good. What does all the good have to do with it? It almost sounds like this word is redundant. It seems like the word kol, everything, is redundant, unless it's coming to hint to something else that we're going to try to explain. To answer both of these questions, I want to share with you an idea that I heard B'Shem Rav Palm. And it goes something like this. He brings the following idea. Even when a person is totally surrounded by bracha, the second he sees someone that has a bigger bracha in his life, a bigger blessing, that can trigger the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, and say to him, wait a second, yeah, my life is not so bad, but it's not as good as what he has. Let's not forget. The scene is as follows. You're walking with your fruits with a basket to the Beis HaMikdash, all excited, and suddenly you see to your right, to your left, other Jews that are doing the same mitzvah. They're bringing their Bikurim, their first fruits. And suddenly you're like, wait a second, their grapes look a lot more juicier. And that is a danger. We all know the saying, it's all relative. Over here, all relative is something that the Yetzer Hara can use as bait. Because one can say, yeah, it's all relative. I have an amazing thing. But wait a second, relative to my friend, what I have is not all that. So by saying all this, we answered question number one. Why is the Torah commanding us to be happy? Because there is a danger. There is a danger that we're not going to be so happy because we're going to look and compare to others and see that they might have more and better than us, and hence we're not going to be happy. So yeah, it is imperative that we're happy. But what is the hidden root idea over here to ensure that we stay happy? And also, we didn't answer our second question. Why does it say the word kol with everything? So it's very interesting that in the same parsha, our parsha, Parshas Ki Savo, when the parsha talks about the tochacha and all the curses that we get, at the end of the day, we know Chazal tell us, boiled down to the fact, as the pasuk says, Tachat asher lo avadata et Hashem Elokecha besimcha uvetov levav meroiv koil. It says that because we did not serve Hashem with happiness, hence we're going to get these curses. Now it's very interesting. It has the word roiv and kol. Kol, everything. It's the same word we have by us that we have to ensure we're happy with everything. What do these words represent? Kol and rov. Rov sounds like you have roiv, most of what you want, but not everything. Meaning it screams out the idea, I'm still lacking something. Which can easily resemble the idea that relative to others, I'm still lacking. Whereas kol is the tzaddik's outlook on life. That I have everything. Kol is everything I need, I have. All the tools for my avodas Hashem, I have in the palm of my hand, because Hashem gave it to me. What is even more beautiful is the fact that these two words, it's not a coincidence, I think. These exact words, roiv, which represents a rasha, because you feel like, I never have everything I want. I just have most of what I want. And the words kol, which from a certain perspective represent I have everything. I feel like I have everything. They actually appear in another critical dialogue, a very famous dialogue. When Esav's coming against Yaakov and has in mind to kill him, so Yaakov prepares for this potential war with three things. One of them is to give him a matana, a present. And when Esav sees this present, he says, who is this for? And all of Yaakov's camp says, it's for you. It's for you. What does Esav say? He chooses the word yesh li roiv. I have most of what I want. He doesn't scream out, I have everything. And then later on, Yaakov says, I don't need anything. I have everything. Yesh li kol. I think that's the hidden recipe to answer all our questions. The outlook of a tzaddik is, I have everything. And that's what Hashem wants you to have. When you bring your Bikurim, the commandment is to be happy. How do you do that? If the root of your machshava, the way you think in life, is realizing that all the tools you were given are the tools you require to do your tafkid, your tikkun, your job in this world, then you'll always go in life feeling that I have everything. You won't look right and left. You will never compare. Perhaps this is, based on what Rav Palm and Rav Gifter say, this is what the Torah is telling us. Be happy. You're bringing Bikurim. I understand the situation. The scene is set up that everyone's going to bring Bikurim. Everyone's going to bring their first fruits and they're going to look lovely and amazing. And perhaps there's room over here to fall in the trap of a Rasha's way of living and thinking, oh no, I can't believe I don't have what he has. The grass is greener over there. I want what he has. No, you should be happy and realize life's all about what you have. This can also give us a deeper understanding to the famous Chazal in Pirkei Avos that says, Ezu Ashir, who is really defined as rich? Hasamech bechelko, a person that is happy, same words that we have in our parsha, Samech, is happy with his portion. Why? So now we have more amkus in this. We have a deeper understanding because a person that realizes what he has is everything he needs and he really works on himself to feel that he has everything, he has kol, that person will really truly be rich. It's interesting that the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos defines him as rich, not as happy, as rich, because he really feels he's rich. Because a rich person is not defined by how much money you have or how nice your fruits are, but how happy you are with your life. You feel like you're rich. You have everything you need. Yiratzon that will take this idea, and by this idea prepare ourselves also for the Yamim Noraim, going into Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, being happy, thanking Hashem for giving us the tafkid we each have, which is very individual. And if we go through life being happy and realizing, yesh li kol, I have everything I need, it's gonna upgrade our quality of life because we're gonna be happy and everyone around us will be happy, which will, of course, inevitably make the world a better place. I want to end up with two short, I won't call them stories, but two maisim. Once I went to a certain big store in America and I was with my kids looking for certain things to buy so they could take home. And they all ran all over the store. They couldn't believe what there was there because they're not used to seeing such abundance, of course. And they want this and they want that. And then they see this little girl going with her father. And the little girl she picks up one small notebook that she wants for school, which is a certain picture over there. I don't remember what it was. And then she turns to her dad and says, this is perfect. This is all I need. It hit me hard. It's all a matter of a frame of mind, of perception. We know perception creates your reality. And if we perceive life that we only need the tools we need for our job, we'll be happy with little. If not, there's no end. You'll keep wanting more and more. You have $100, you want $200. You have $1 million, you have $2 million, you want $2 million. You're never happy. You have to have this frame of mind of being happy and realizing life is about using the tools you have and the tools Hashem ensured you will have to do your tafkid in this world. The second maaseh is someone that I have actually a kesher with. He goes through many nisyonis in life. He has a certain disease. I won't get into the details. At a certain point in his life, he had the mafia running after him. It wasn't his fault because he was such a nice person and naive. He fell into a certain trap. But at the end of the day, he always has a smile on his face. He's always happy. He's content because he resonates and lives with this idea that HaKadosh Baruch Hu throws his way whatever he needs to do his job in this world. Yiratzon will all have this outlook in life, especially now going into the Yamim Noraim. Have a good Shabbos.
This concludes another episode of The Prism of Torah. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something valuable. If you did, please subscribe to the podcast and give a 5-star rating. You can also find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts or our own website, prismoftorah.com, where we have a full archive of all our past episodes. We would like to thank Yonu Vefa for the recording equipment and Eli Podcast Productions for handling all our post-podcast productions. Join us next week for another enlightening conversation on the Prism of Torah.